seems like every week for sure. It slowly grew and grew, and they were excited when there was 100 people on the AMA. It was a big milestone. Now we got over 1,000 already, usually more. It's crazy. So, anyways, so nothing too new to put out with you guys. There's you guys have been tracking progress as well with the CertIC audit. As I'd mentioned before, it's completed. When they will make that magic number 100% is entirely up to them. Max and the engineer team have remedied any and all findings weeks ago. So whenever they decide to double check or put these line items next to the corrections and verify it, we should be good to go. I don't know if they're waiting for the favorable market conditions or what they're doing, but it's been completed. So maybe because of Christmas there's a delays. I don't know. We can all speculate on that, right? But yeah, so the audit went really well. There was no major security risks, just some very minute issues that had been corrected. So that was good feedback from the team on that. So as I said, as soon as they give us the green light and the A-OK, we'll be good. You guys saw yesterday that we put out a tweet with a couple coins that'll be listing initially off the bat for SataMask. So that's just a few. Obviously, is a fully functional swap. We'd like to have as many legitimate projects on there as possible. Now, just because they're listed on SataMask doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do really, really well, right? I want to put that effort there for you guys. Like, we do our checks and balances, make sure that there's no, red flags that stick out to us. Where they take the coin as far as utility, development, follow through on their roadmap. I mean, that's completely out of our control, right? We don't have anything to do with that, but give them an opportunity. But there will be plenty more, right? There's in the crypto space, there's a lot of promising new coins out there that come out. There's a lot of tokens that serve purpose inside the space. So give them an opportunity, to list if it's something that meets our criteria. So we'll roll them out and inject the liquidity and have these coins on our platform at Swap or when we open it up, and other ones will follow shortly. So we're constantly evaluating, reevaluating, and looking at application process, docs and devs, doing our ritual through them, right? That we've actually revamped a little bit and try to tighten up as much as possible. So yeah, can't have a swap with only one token on there, right? It can't be like a Saitama Lily or a Saitama Ethereum or a Saitama BNB, whatever. We got to, obviously have as many as possible. But we also have our checks and balances in place to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to make it a safe trading platform and only allowing coins that we see that there could be potential or we see that there is no real security risks involved. Kind of keep that, the safe atmosphere in our platform so you guys don't have to do as much, but we encourage everyone, of course, to do their own research. I think that kind of goes without saying. Everybody should know by now in the space, they invest at your own risk and do your own research. So aside from that, I know everyone's always, when Binance, when Coinbase, when everything. We have, always different opportunities available, and we have feelers out all over the place, and we're constantly in communication with different exchanges, different platforms, and everything. Being at Christmas, a lot of things kind of slow down. The market's kind of bearish, which traditionally is, the norm around holidays. It's not just crypto; it's all investments, right? Your traditional investments as well, stock markets, everything else kind of takes a little bit of a dive around the holidays. People in preparation for Christmas and business ventures and taxes and whatever else. So that's not too uncommon. I know, as I mentioned, as we roll into the next year, we got lots of amazing things planned, of course. There's been some kind of speed bumps laid in front of us, inadvertently, maybe, strategically, maybe, I don't know. right? We'll be looking at that as well. I know I talked about it the other day in my 3-hour rampage about some manipulation and people purposely trying to slow down our productive growth for whatever reason. Like I said, I have my own theories on that. We can just provide information and allow everyone to make their own general consensus about it. But yeah, so maybe we could still hopefully get the wallet out before the end of the year. I don't want to put dates on it because, again, these are things that are out of our control. I mean, we could essentially launch the wallet tomorrow if we wanted to, right? We've done what we needed to do. We made sure that there's no inherent security risks. The errors that they did find were very minute and they've already been corrected. But what's the point in doing a certic audit if we're just going to launch it anyways without their approval? So we'll wait and get the final green light from them whenever that will be. So I think at this rate, if we're doing what 1% at a time, then maybe in the next 10 days, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, aside from that, we got all these major charity events coming up, which is really good. I know that some people disagree maybe because they have coal in their soul and they don't agree with charity. But it's Christmas, man. So there's a lot of people out there that don't, have favorable conditions in their life right now that we can make an impact with. So anything that we can do, we're going to. And at the end of the day, it's not always about, you know, when Lambo, when Binance, when I mean, having an opportunity to create even just a little bit of hope in somebody's life is just as important as putting a few extra dollars in your pocket. I mean, most people I like to assume are generally decent human beings, so it's a good opportunity. It's a good thing for us to do, and we've been doing it from the beginning. Even when we had only a few hundred holders, we were still doing, you know, charity events, and we were still doing, different things along those lines. So we'll continue to do so. We always do. That was a big part of our roadmap moving forward was providing education, the edutainment platform, charity events, etc. So and the community does a lot of this stuff as well. Sometimes I'll just be scrolling through and individuals from the community will put together a food drive, right, or a feed the homeless or giving warm winter clothes to people that don't have them, and that's great. To me, that's the stuff that I like to see. That's it's the community giving back. And for those of you guys that didn't catch the picture or some of the posts out there, we we got over 10,000 toys already for the event tomorrow. 10,000 toys from the community. That is absolutely insane. You guys took this thing to like a whole another level. 10,000 toys from the community is insane. So we're gonna make a lot of kids happy this weekend. That's so kudos to you guys. That's incredible. So pat yourselves on the back for that. That is just an amazing achievement in my eyes. So anything else? I mean, we have nothing really outside of what we talked about in the other AMAs and stuff that I've done this week. Obviously nothing amazing to put out there that you guys are probably hoping for, like a major exchange listing coming next week or anything like that. We're continuing to do what we do, right? We put our head down and we grind every day. We make opportunities, we make things work, and we're at everyone else's mercy. Unfortunately, we're at the disposal of a lot of other people when things are out of our control. So all we can do is just bear forward and keep our head down and keep working. We've been in correspondence with Bitmart. They have said that they are buying back. They have an asset management team that are facilitating the buybacks, and it's difficult because there's a lot of market manipulation that's too volatile. So for them to make massive purchases obviously affects the price. So the asset management team is trying to be strategic about it. Again, this is me relaying information. Like I'm not just pulling information out of my butt and giving it to you guys. This is what we've been told. So I've been trying to encourage them to make things happen quicker and make these buybacks occur, right? Because market volatility and manipulation wasn't really an issue when 700 trillion tokens were sold, right? So why they're concerned about market volatility now when it comes to buying them back shouldn't be an issue either. It doesn't matter. Of course, there's going to be volatility. Of course, there's going to be some form of manipulation when you're trying to buy $30 million worth of coins. If you try to spread it out over a course of 5 years, well, shit, at this rate, you're going to be ended up paying. You could be paying a penny for one JustAman token if you draw it out for 5 years. A $30 million buyback could essentially turn into a 200 or a $500 million buyback. So they've been in communication because they can't give us an actual plan of, we're going to buy 100,000 a day, 10,000 tomorrow, 500,000 the next, like, because then that would be, well, let's just say, like, that would be them kind of telling us their game plan and then put it in risk for more market manipulation or volatility in the market. But yeah, so it's frustrating to me too. I'd imagine it's even more frustrating for you guys. Like, hey, I know, I told them several times, like, I don't care. You guys just need to do it. We have a responsibility to our 280,000 holders to relay information and to keep them abreast and informed of what we're doing and what you guys are doing. Like, we have to be the go-between. And now we just look like fools because the information you guys are giving us, we're putting out, you're not following through it. So it's like pie in our face. And I'm not one to look silly or stupid because I'm neither one of those things. So they're going to try and increase the volume and the repetition of their buybacks. And until I see it happen with my own eyes, I'm going to continue to hound them, right? Because they need to do so. I don't care about the volatility of the crypto market. Crypto's been volatile since it began. So not my problem. That sounds like a you problem, not me. Just do what you said you were going to do and buy the damn coins back. Open up withdrawals for these people to do what they want with their funds, right? So that's the plan. We'll keep you guys abreast of the information that we get. We always have. There's no filter there, right? As soon as I get information, I relay it directly back to you guys, as long as it's not damaging and it's relevant. So I think that was about all we had for that. We do have a bunch of events coming up that I've told you guys about. We have, the expos, and this is all, operations aside, right? This is just stuff that we're working on. The event Miami that we're going to do. It should be a lot of fun as we're coordinating that. We have the expos, and we have some, different marketing campaigns, of course. And I do want to let you guys know too, because I do have you guys will know that my specific opinion on exchanges, but that is still our number one priority. Well, not number one, but it's up there, listing on major exchange platforms, because it does a couple different things. It increases their daily volume. It gives people an opportunity to trade on other platforms. It does several different things that are tandemly, accepting and progressive for our coins. So it is still obviously a priority for us, and we're pursuing those things. And we have some stuff lined up, but I don't think it's going to happen before Christmas. We're only a week away, and nothing really gets done work-wise during that time frame, as it shouldn't, right? Because it's Christmas. People should be hanging out with their families, not filing paperwork or sitting behind a desk. So it is still a priority for us. Also, priority at the top is getting all the functionalities of the wallet and it released to the public. We've all been waiting way too long. It's been done and ready to go for way too long. So now we need to actually put it out there. And we have other bits, our education content we're creating, all of our, behind the scenes team with our moderators and content creators, putting together education content for everybody. We're going to be kind of pushing that along in 2022. That's always been a big thing for us, is the education and making content available to the public, and through the different partnerships and avenues that we have. Let's see. I think that's kind of really about it. I really want to just kind of open it up to some questions and stuff too. So let's go ahead and get started, because I wanted to keep it kind of brief this morning, because I do have several other AMAs going. I have one in like 45 minutes too on the Telegram with one of the exchanges that listed us. So I want to make sure to get on there and talk with those guys too. So let me go ahead and open it up to a couple questions, and then we'll go from there. So let's see here. I'll just go down the line. What's up, Ian? You got the floor as soon as you're connected, brother. Go ahead, Ian. You got a question? You got the floor, man. You just got to push the little button on the left, bottom left. Ian. No? Okay. We got the floor ready, man. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Go ahead, Sean. I connected you. Go ahead and you can ask a question as soon as you get connected.
Hello. Can you guys
there
hear
you
me?
go. Yeah, there you go. What's up, man? I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I just want to say, man, I'm a huge fan of your project, man. I'm a big holder. I love what you guys are doing, and I appreciate you guys taking the extra time. I know it's frustrating for everyone out there, all the holders that want to see the side of match get dropped, but I appreciate you guys doing it the right way and making sure that when it drops, we don't have some crazy recall or something that is just gonna create a bunch of FUD. So for all the listeners, hang in there, and all the holders, man, I'm loading up and taking this as an opportunity. I think 2022, you guys are gonna come out and crush it, and the side of mask is gonna drop. And man, I just hope you continue to list good coins on the side of mask, like coins that are also doing a great purpose, like you guys. Token, they just gave out 1,000 presents yesterday, and they're in Guatemala, and they're starting churches and ministries. And I just think they're an amazing project, and I would love if you would list them on the side of Mask and these other projects too that are like minded with you guys. And I just like what you're doing, man. And I know some people are frustrated, but I just want to encourage them that big things to come for coins like Saitama, Shiba, Mandox in 2022. So just, I guess, a word of encouragement.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be taking a look, and there's there's always good other coins in crypto that are trying to do good things. And like I said, we'll take a look at all applications that we get, and make sure that, more important, they meet the criteria for our exchange and our listing and all that stuff. And we want to have as many as possible, right? It's a multifunctional wallet, with staking capabilities, with the education and the gaming and NFT marketplace. But again, it is also a wallet with swap functions on it too. So we got to make sure that there's other coins on there to utilize the swap with. Otherwise, it's just a place for you to put your coins. So yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks.
No.
Sean, you got a question, Sean? I think you can speak if you want.
Yeah, good morning, man. I just had a quick question for all the other coins on side of Mass. Just to make sure to purchase these coins, we just gotta swap it with Satama, correct?
Yeah, so I mean, once it depends on the pairing, right? So we haven't announced what the pairing will be at because we haven't injected the liquidity. But there, with any kind of exchange, not just ours, but any traditional exchange, it doesn't matter. You'll have a certain pairing. Us, for example, if you look at Saitama, if you look at BKX, L Bank, all these other exchanges that are out there, when you create that pairing, you kind of decide what you want it to be. It can be Saitama USDT, which is traditionally what it is on different exchanges because a lot of people utilize USDT for swaps. Or it could be a Saitama Ethereum. It could be a Saitama BNB. It could be a, whatever it is that we choose at the time. So when we add these coins on there, we'll probably add a few different pairing options. You can swap Saitama for it if that's a pairing that they want to go with. It can be a coin X, right? Swapped or paired with a USDT or an Ethereum or whatever. It just, whenever you create pairing, all that means is you have to have a certain amount of native token X, and a certain amount of that paired token, whether it be Ethereum, Saitama, USDT, whatever. It creates the liquidity pool that allows that swap to take place. So it's not necessarily just Saitama, right? You're going to have some Saitama to kind of create, that swap characteristic, because it's the fee or whatever the transaction fee will take place in Saitama or Ethereum. So it really just depends on what the LP is that we put out there for it in regards to each coin. So it could be multiple, right? There could be several.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Let's see here. Holistic Crypto, man, go ahead. You got the floor if you get connected. I'm just going down the line here, guys. So hopefully I get to everyone. Holistic Crypto, go ahead, man. You got a question? Or?
Hey, thank you, Russ. I did just want to ask, in regards to CERTIC, and I hope everyone's having a great day. In regards to CERTIC, do you think you would ever possibly do an AMA with them?
I mean, we can. I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys know me. I'll do an AMA with anybody. I have no problem talking to people. I talk to people all day. So if they want to do an AMA, yeah, absolutely. I would rather them just get the audit done and give it back to us at this point. But if they want to do an AMA down the road to discuss findings and stuff, then yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Like I said, I have no problem with that. I would encourage it. So I mean, maybe that's something we can reach out to them, but I don't want to divert their attention from the task at hand at this point. Just get it done, and hey, we can do an AMA afterwards, or whatever, if that's an opportunity or something that they want to do. We can't force them, obviously, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I would be absolutely open to that. No, it's a good question though, and just because I was randomly thinking about this, and I'm a stickler for attacking FUD at any given moment with no due regard to anything. I've seen a lot of questions about Lily Finance, and there's, and again, these are not, I'm assuming, these are not Saitama holders. They're people just trying to create, FUD, right, fear, and everything else throughout the community. But there is no direct ties between myself, Max, and anybody else in the development team with Lily. They are their own entity. Like, we've discussed this like a bunch of times, but I still see things circulating around. So Lily Finance is powered by Saitama. We're creating this lane, and they're their own LLC, right? They're inside the medical, field, bringing great opportunity to the crypto space, being exclusive on SataMask. Creating that relationship really ties the two fields together, the two industries. And we're going to continue to do lots of joint ventures like this, to where we can create these partnerships that we can bring in industries into crypto, right? All of them, medical being a huge one of them, but there's more that we want to bring in and incorporate also. There was, some confusion in the beginning. I think my name was on the website and stuff like that. It's been since removed, as well as the LLC. Like, I have that information, can share it with you guys. They are completely separate from us, right? We're deploying that token on our platform exclusively for our holders to create a joint venture and a relationship and a business partnership moving forward to incorporate medical into the crypto space. That is as far as that goes. There's no backdoor deals, right? There's no shady business going on. There's no personal check written to Russell for $100,000 to promote a coin or to do anything like that. I would never, ever in a million years involve myself into something like that could reflect badly on the company, myself, and Saitama, ever, period. So not sure why there's still stuff going around there, but just thought I'd bring it up. Next question here. Let's see if people I haven't had on here before. Go ahead, Black Girl, you got the floor, man. Black Drill, you got the point. You just click the little button on the bottom. It should be a picture of a mic. You just unmute yourself real quick. There you go.
Hello, family, wherever you might be on this planet. Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Russ, it's a pleasure that you called on me. Thank you very much. I just came on to give you and the rest of the team encouragement. I know it's not easy. I know that most people they look for results, deliverables, and many of us have never been involved with the type of negotiations that you guys have been involved in. So therefore, we have no personal knowledge of how those processes go. With me, I'm ex-military. I didn't retire. I'm a disabled vet. I'm an American by passport, but I'm a citizen of this world. And what Satama is doing is definitely going to change the game. And of course, as many of us have heard you say, Russ, that there's things behind the scenes that many of us don't know. But I want to continue to encourage you. I want to ask that the Almighty Most High bless you and your family, each and every person who works on this team. I look forward to seeing you and hopefully meeting you when you come down here to Miami in a few months. And we'll have a great time. But hey, take care. God bless you. Everybody out there, stay encouraged. Don't let people distract you and dissuade you with negativity. You know, it's a positive world out here, and Satama is going to lead the way. Thanks, Russ. God bless.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, and just to kind of piggyback and reiterate what he's talking about, there is a lot of things that happen on a day-to-day basis that we don't necessarily bring to the community's attention not because it's not important. We don't want to keep you informed. It's just not really relevant or conducive to a conversation. Right? Being a developer on a crypto coin is unlike any other business venture I've ever been a part of. It does tie in cohesively with running a traditional business, but there's so many unique characteristics involved with it that make it much, much different and creates a lot of challenges. And I think that it plays a large part as to why the success rate of cryptocurrency and new coins is so small, right? Because there's so much adversity. There's so many things that are put in place to make you kind of get discouraged, right? To kind of want to tuck tail and run, right? Whether it's FUD from the community, whether it's people launching full scale attacks, whether it's anything and everything, right? There's more opportunity to fail in this industry than there is to succeed. And what it takes to succeed is just to push that stuff aside and power through it and pull together as a community, pull together as a coin, pull together, as everybody involved, and just don't let small things get in the way of our ultimate goal, which is to bring value to the space, which is to create new lanes and create opportunities for people for financial literacy, financial independence, and we try to keep an open mind as well and understand that there's 99% of support out there. It's the 1% that don't. And it's not because they don't support us because they don't want to. It's just because they just don't want to see us succeed. It's never the case that they just personally, hey, I personally don't like Saitama. I just don't like the way Russell combs the hair he doesn't have, right? Or something, or I hate Nam. And I don't know who could hate Nam. He's like the nicest person on the planet. But they just would rather, they hate success. And it's not just in crypto, it's in general, I think. And people always hate on success. If they're not a part of it, they would rather take time, energy, and effort to ruin it instead of just getting on board and saying, hey, kudos to you guys for being successful. Kudos to you guys for making change in a space that's drastically needing a change. But no, I just said like, no, I'm not on that train succeeding. I want you guys to fail too. Or it's a personal attack saying, I want you guys to fail because we're over here trying to succeed. We can't succeed because you guys are taking the success. So I want you to fail so we can rise. Well, so that's not how that works, man. You just got to keep grinding. You will succeed. Everybody will succeed. But the way to do it is not by pulling somebody else from the top to make a name for yourself. Like we want to build up together. Like everybody is welcome to come to the top alongside and with us, but don't try to climb over us to get there. There's no reason for that. The space is plenty big enough for everybody. And every time, there's flood that comes up, that's why I take it a point to address it myself personally, because I'm not a fan of rumors. Not. I graduated high school a long time ago. If I think there's a rumor out there floating around, just ask me. I don't care. I'm about the honest person, the most honest person you'll ever meet. If you got a genuine question or concern, ask me. You could ask me in front of 5 million people, and I will give you the same answer if it was just me and you sitting in a bar. So, anyways, that's I appreciate the inspiration, man. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that share the same passion and what we're doing and the support. We see it. We see it day in and day out, man. There's a ton of support, so we appreciate it from everybody.
Love and respect, Russ, into the Wolf Pack.
There you go, man. And I'm a disabled vet too, and I know you know that. So thank you for your service, sir. Disabled vets, we got to stick together. Everybody don't recognize that, but I'm one too, man. So yeah, the struggles of the VA are real, man. They are real.
Oh, most people have no idea, brother.
Yeah, it's real, man. It's real. I got so much Motrin in my body, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But hey,
man, before I was 40, I had my right hip replaced, my back has been surgically repaired, my neck, and I've got a knee that needs to be replaced. So believe me, we pay a price, but hey, it's worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. I got a laundry list myself, but hey, we keep on trucking, man. My body's a temple. I try to keep it that way. But hey, you break it down, you got to build it back up. But it's all good.
Well, let's see you in Miami, man. Let's see what we can share some war stories, brother.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it, 100%.
Likewise. Peace.
Thanks for Henok, go ahead, man.
Good morning. What's going on, brother? How are we?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. What a year you've had.
Sorry?
Said what a year. What a year you've had. What a year we've had.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Couple things. Really, two questions. You have a perspective and a vantage point on this entire probably industry and especially this project that none of us have. What's one thing from your chair that you wish we would understand as a wolf pack that would help?
That's a great question, man. It's about the one perspective that I would try to encourage everybody to see is to look at things through a wide view lens. Take things from a perspective of a 10,000 foot view. And Jake used to say it all the time, like look at things from a 10,000 foot view. And it does, and it resonates because it holds true, right? Don't look at what happens on a day-to-day basis. Don't look at the chart today and look at what it was 6 weeks ago. Look at things as where we're going to go and the path that we've traveled to get to where we are now, and kind of look to see where we're going in the vision. Because if you look at it on a daily basis, like you're going to see some of the struggles that happen on a daily basis. But if you look back at where we've come from and the adversity that we've overcame, you'll know that we've plowed through all of it and we're still on a course moving forward. It may feel like we're going backwards sometimes, but we were always moving forward. And just because we're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back doesn't mean that the progression is not there. We're still moving in the right direction. So I would encourage people to have a perspective of it from that 10,000 foot view, and not to focus on small things, but look at the bigger task at hand and what we're trying to achieve and what we've already achieved, and understand that what we're doing in this space and the vision that we have and the things that we're trying to create is far more important than what happens today or tomorrow. Because I want people to look back on this years from now and not focus on Friday, December 17th of 2021, but what we have done as a company, as a community throughout the course of the beginning to the end, right? Because the journey is just as important as the destination, but you have to understand, you have to look at where you've been to understand where you want to go. And these things are all important. Like, it's not supposed to be a smooth ride to the top. If it was a smooth ride to the top, man, everybody would do it. So it takes adversity, right? It takes challenges. It takes, everything that we've been through to not only appreciate where we've gone and where we are now, but more importantly, where we're going to be. for adapting and accepting crypto everywhere. So just the progression that crypto's made is just astounding. So we're right there, man. We're pioneers in it, and we're going to be right at the front pushing this thing to where it needs to be and where it can go. You know, crypto and currency as a whole, digital assets, blockchain development, cybersecurity, all those things. Like, we're at the forefront. So I'm not worried about today, and I see where we're going. A lot of you guys see it too. You know, I can hear it in your voices when I speak with you. You know, I can see it in the comments on social medias. There's so much passion there, and where we're trying to go. A lot of you guys get it, man, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're gonna get there together. So, you know, crypto's going to make some huge moves in 2022. And like I said, we'll be right at the forefront. We're in a great position right now where we are to make those movements. You know, regardless of anything that's happened in the past, the position that we're in right now is right where we need to be, because we are right in the front. And we're going to push the envelope and move forward. So we're in a good spot, man. I know sometimes it doesn't really feel like it, but we are. Trust me. So anyways, thanks, man. Appreciate your commitment to the community as always, you know, and everybody else on here. Let's do one more quick question, and then I gotta get ready to get on this other AMA. So let's see. I'm trying to find somebody I haven't allowed to ask. Here we go. Let's see here. Jim Gamer Dad, what's up, man? Go ahead. I don't think I've had you on here before. As soon as you get connected, you can ask a question. This will be the last one because I gotta run.
Oh my gosh. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Oh man.
What's up, man? How you been?
Sir, it's an honor to speak to you.
Yeah, it's like I'm just a normal person, man, just like you. But yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I welcome everybody on here. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Oh, no problem. So I won't. Oh man, I didn't even think I was gonna be able to get over this. All right, so I'll be okay. So I have something to ask you. Not really a question. I mean, I could say so much, but so I'll say this first. I just appreciate your mindset. Like, I have been in these spaces and I've said a lot of things to people because I've been trying to interpret for others. Not saying that people are dumbfounded and they don't understand, but just for the people that are in the weeds, that are new investors that don't understand the connection between crypto and a business is revolutionary. I mean, you don't. Yeah, we can see like some businesses, you know, like Dogecoin or whatever, that, oh yeah, they accept it, or oh hey, this business accepts it, but a business that is part of that and then is creating all of these other things, not just for the token itself, but it's just functioning as a business. And I deal with businesses every single day from my job, and I just communicate that to people, that this is a once in a lifetime thing. Like, you don't see this in any other crypto or like any other investments. Like, this is the once in a lifetime opportunity. So I'll get off my soapbox, but it's awesome to be up here. So I will say this because I want to ask the question. There are 10 plus, even more. I mean, I'd even bring up Lily Finance on the catalyst list, but just a simple, quick question: what is your favorite catalyst? Because, like, I know you said, like, hey, I'm just a normal person. So I know for me, like, I have one, but I just wanted to ask, just for you, just to communicate to all of us, like, which is your favorite catalyst? And I'm going to list a few of them that we already know: the Binance listing, the Coinbase listing, the crypto.com listing, the Bitmart buyback, or Wing Bitmart, Certic audit becoming 100% finally, the SATA mask app release, whenever we reach 500K holders, the FOMO buy-in, because we know that that's coming. The coin market cap or any other exchange like actually rating us within the top 100 or top 50 cryptos, or the SATA chain blockchain that's going to be coming out. Which of those is your favorite catalyst?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's actually about pretty spot on, as far as catalysts upcoming. And there is a lot, and you're 100% on point with the FOMO, because as we've been turtling around the bottom a little bit now and kind of downtrending along with the market, a lot of people, they're just kind of skeptical, but there's a lot of eyes on St. Thomas. I promise you, as soon as that chart starts to get vertical, the FOMO will be real, and it will be real heavy, because people know who we are. Like, they see what we do. You can't even walk down the street and see somebody and say they don't know who St. Thomas is, right? So, I'm telling you, once that chart starts to uptrend and get vertical like that, it's going to be FOMO like we never seen. Like, we're looking in the 100 million per day volume range. So, yeah, but that's, again, I mean, that comes correlates with me personally. Like, I'm more excited about the year just in general as to where we're going to go and the different things and the outreach stuff that we're going to try and do. And it's not even on the list. Those are all great things, and they're going to have tremendous effect on the price. But me personally, I'm more excited about what we can do and make the changes that we're going to make to the world and the economic infrastructures, that we can have the ability to change the course of how we do business as an entire world, not just not as an organization, not as a community, but to the world. Like, how we can adopt and bring change to communities that have struggled for decades, or centuries even, right? How we can make small changes that will be noted in history, and advocates, and really the pillar and the pioneers, to come and make change, right? To create a system and put it in place that gives back to the people, to have the ability to potentially change how countries and cities and counties and towns do business, and how they can function more economically, how they can retain some of that, the monetary value within their own country, right? How they can kind of take some of that money out of the 1% and give it back to the people, having people be more in control of their finances, having people be more in control of how they spend their money, what they put their money towards, and more importantly, retain that money. We spend so much time working for money just to give it away, right? Having an opportunity for people to earn their own money and keep it is huge, right? Because that allows financial freedom. And a world that can be just a little bit more financially free is a world that I want to be a part of. People have so much struggle every day, everywhere in the world, more importantly around the globe, even in the US as well. We see it every day. But if we can offer some insight and create an ecosystem that allows, a majority of the people to just have a little bit more control of how they live their life, and, bring a little bit more, a little bit more freedom into their, their daily lives. That's what I'm most important about. That's what I'm most excited about. Everything else is great, and it's cool, and it's definitely a catalyst. But to me, that's the bigger catalyst to me, because that doesn't mean that that's a real change. That's making real change. That's being, productive in a sense, to where we're setting out to do what we wanted to do. Everything else comes along with it, and it's a part of the business mentality to grow. And we, of course, want to focus on growing this company. We, of course, want to focus on growing the coin and the value of it, and franchising out and making it bigger, because the bigger we are, the bigger the footprint we can make. It gives us more options and opportunity to create and do some of these things the larger we are. So we have to work tandemly with that. But at the end of the day, that's my vision, right? That's what I want to do, and that's kind of the focus. And how we get from here to there is going to play largely in part to all those other catalysts that you had mentioned. Because it takes all
That's
those
awesome.
things to happen. So that's kind of what my biggest catalyst is, right? But everything else that you mentioned is always great too. So
No, and I want to just apologize that I didn't add one, but I mean, we're gonna add it on now that we, Russell Armand Sitama Guru's vision as another catalyst. That'll be on there.
Yeah.
One last thing that I'll say, uh, and I'll be done. I've said it in many other spaces on how teaching about crypto, and I mean, so many other people have said it as well. I haven't been the only person talking about it, but of anything with any investment and any community coming together, learning and teaching is like one of the most. It has to be like the foundation, and you're creating that with SataMask. So I told people that from what I've seen and how trends have gone, dealing with businesses every day, how do you feel that? And it's not really an opinion because it's what people want, but how do you feel that how do you feel about the dynamic? Like I feel like I'm talking to you like we're in a business meeting right now. How do you feel about the dynamic that when SataMask drops and it has all of that, teaching and learning about crypto, that it is going to be the thing, the main catalyst, I guess we can still say, that will bring the rest of the world into crypto? Because yes, there's all these other exchange apps and everything, but are they really teaching people the basic fundamentals like SataMask will do? And so my belief is, and so many other people's belief is, that SataMask is what will bring the rest of that 96% of the world into crypto, because it'll be easy for me to just hand my phone to somebody and say, hey, here's an app that you download, this is this, and here's what you can go on and learn about crypto. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that was kind of the premise of it, what we wanted to do, because, as I mentioned before, like, we're not trying to siphon money from one coin to another, because, I mean, let's be honest, you can only do that for so long. If you have, let's say you have $1 trillion circulating through cryptocurrency at any given moment, right? We don't want to take a piece of the pie and keep shifting it around. So one coin goes down while the other one goes up, because guess what? When that one goes down, the other one's going to go back up, and that's not conducive for business at all. That's not how you sustain growth. So having this is you're exactly right. You want to have education and things available to get that other 96% of the community involved, because we want to, and we've always said it, is bring new money into crypto. Old money is good too, right? But again, it always comes back to siphoning and moving funds around. But if we can bring in new money into crypto and new investors and do it the right way, right? Not by gunpoint saying buy crypto, but hey, let's educate you on the importance of it. Let's educate people on how to invest properly, and give them the tools that they need to be a smart trader with. Then they become passionate about it, and then that stuff becomes contagious, because guess what? That new investor is now educated and has the arsenal to then tell more people, and then he can bring more people into crypto, and then those people bring more money into crypto. And then now those people have the right tools and the education in mind to be advocates for us, to be advocates for the space. So creating that opportunity and kind of building that bridge that gaps the community in crypto right now is huge, because there's just so much information, and there's a lack of a portal for people to gather that info and to learn about it. When I first started into crypto, I was so interested in it. I wanted to learn as much as I could, but I couldn't find information on it anywhere. I was stuck doing what you guys do, right? Watching YouTube videos, reading Reddit
Yep.
forums, finding bits and pieces on Bazinga or something, and that's not informative, right? That's just target marketing. Like, I don't want people to tell me where to put my money. I want you to teach me what crypto is, so I can make a decision on where I want to invest, right? That's the kind of the gap right there right now, is getting people on board with it in a matter where they feel comfortable enough to make their own decisions, where they know enough about it, where they're like, okay, now I get it. Now I see the potential in crypto, and I want to get involved. So yeah, the education portal was obviously a huge lack in the industry, and continues to be. So, which is a huge reason why we are always putting together content, creating education material, and that's something that we're doing right now as we speak, is creating content and coursework for crypto blockchain development from the beginning levels all the way to the end, right? From what is, FOMO, what is Ether, what's Ethereum, what's the difference between the blockchains, acronyms, all the way to how a fully functional blockchain ecosystem works. So you can start at the bottom all the way to the top until you're like completely fluent in crypto, right? Because it's just, there's so much information out there, but there's nowhere to actually gather it. And unless you've been in the space for a long time, you don't know anything about it. So it's important for us to do that and put the information out. So no, I appreciate the question. And hey, I got to jump on this other AMA right now. Actually, I'll probably wait. They're gonna get mad at me, but I appreciate you guys all coming out here. Like I said, we'll do another AMA next week, but it's Christmas Eve, so we'll keep it really casual, have some fun with it, bring a good atmosphere. For those that are kind of hanging out, around the house with family, you guys are welcome to join in. We'll, have some good times. Keep it brief, keep it real light. We won't focus on any negative. We'll just come in and bring in the Christmas Eve cheer and uplift some spirits and look forward to January 1st in the upcoming year. If we have some opportunities that come up and become available in the next few days, we'll put those out as well. But looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys next Friday, and I appreciate you guys all for coming in, man. Thanks, guys.